Hello everyone, welcome back to our TOEFL preparation series. Today we are going to master the Complete the Words reading task by analyzing a fascinating passage about the Great Sphinx of Giza. We will focus on using logical context and grammatical clues to fill in the blanks like a pro, ensuring you can tackle these questions with speed and precision during your actual exam. If you find these strategies helpful for your prep, make sure to subscribe to myTOEFL and join our community of learners. Let's keep working together to reach your target score. Let's begin by looking at the opening sentence of the passage. This sentence introduces our main topic and provides the foundational context you will need for the rest of the text. Notice that there are no missing letters here, so use this time to build a clear mental picture of the subject. The Great Sphinx of Giza is a massive limestone statue that features a human head and a large lion body. This sentence establishes the physical identity of the monument, describing it as a massive limestone statue. By stating that it features a human head and a large lion body, the author provides the specific characteristics that define the hybrid nature of the Great Sphinx of Giza. As we move further into the passage, the focus shifts from physical description to the mysteries that still intrigue people today. This sentence bridges the gap between ancient history and modern curiosity. Read it carefully to understand the ongoing fascination with the site. Many visitors still wonder if hidden chambers exist deep beneath the paws of this giant and ancient stone guardian today. The author highlights the enduring mystery of the monument by noting how many visitors still wonder about what lies beneath. The mention of hidden chambers suggests that there is a belief in undiscovered secrets deep inside this ancient stone guardian. This next sentence moves from speculation to the practical scientific efforts currently taking place. It explains the environmental challenges the monument faces and what experts are doing to protect it. Understanding this transition is key to following the passage's logical progression. Archaeologists continue to study the structure very carefully to prevent further erosion from the harsh desert winds and yellow sand. We see the modern scientific perspective as archaeologists continue to study the monument with great care. Their primary goal is to prevent further erosion caused by environmental factors like the harsh desert winds and the abrasive yellow sand. Now, let's transition to the sentences with missing words. These sentences continue to develop the main idea rather than introducing entirely new concepts. Remember that the logical flow from the previous sections will help you predict the missing vocabulary. Hist, 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 one power to ain't. We are looking for the subject of the sentence who would have professional knowledge about the Sphinx's past. Given that the passage is about an ancient stone guardian, it is logical that experts in history would be the ones studying it. Therefore, the correct answer is historians. Historians be te, I. Following our subject, we need a verb that expresses a scholarly opinion or consensus. Since the origin of the Sphinx is a matter of academic theory, the text indicates what these experts believe to be true. Thus, the correct answer is believe. Historians believe that In this part of the sentence, we need a pronoun to refer back to the structure mentioned in the previous context. Using a short pronoun maintains the flow while identifying the monument as the object of the action. Consequently, the correct answer is it. Historians believe that it was KK. The sentence uses a passive construction to describe how the massive limestone statue was created from rock. We need a verb specifically associated with shaping stone into a figure, which leads us to conclude it was carved. Therefore, the correct answer is carved. LBI to N as IDN as ID. The sentence begins with a descriptor for the people who help visitors at the site. Because these individuals are from the immediate area of the harsh desert, we use an adjective that means from that place. Therefore, the correct answer is local. Local Gu2. We need a noun that identifies the professionals who show many visitors around the historical site. In the context of tourism and exploration, these individuals are known as guides. Thus, the correct answer is guides. Local guides will O, and precits. That T precits is den to that for something. This word functions as an adverb to describe how frequently this action occurs. It suggests that it is a common practice for these experts to assist tourists. So, the correct answer is often. Local guides will often act ok. We need a verb that describes the act of going with the visitors to provide help or information. Since the guides are leading the people, the most appropriate term for traveling along with them is accompany. Therefore, the correct answer is accompany. Local guides will often accompany that G in GA. This noun refers to the collection of visitors who are traveling together. In a tourism context, a set of people being led by a guide is typically referred to as a group. Thus, the correct answer is group. Local guides will often accompany that group T. To complete the thought, we need a preposition that indicates the destination or the direction of the movement. It connects the action of the guides to the location they are visiting. Consequently, the correct answer is to. Hist, in, hi, r. To wrap up today's lesson, always remember that the Complete the Words task is as much about grammar as it is about vocabulary. Always check the surrounding context to see if you need a subject, a verb, or a preposition. By paying attention to transition words and logical flow, you'll find the missing letters much more easily. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.